Portugal is a central hub of European surfing. With a coastline facing directly into the North Atlantic Ocean, this country catches open ocean swells generated by winter storms near Iceland and Greenland. For decades, Portugal was a quiet secret among traveling surfers, but it has recently exploded onto the global stage. From the world record-setting waves of Nazaré to the organized point breaks of Ericeira, the Portuguese coast offers a variety of wave setups that cater to everyone from longboarders to big wave professionals. Join us as we explore the 10 premier surf spots in Portugal. Make sure your thickest wetsuit is packed. Subscribe to Surf Hunter so you never miss another European swell chase. Number 10. Cabedelo, Figueira da Foz. Located in the central region of Portugal, Cabedelo is a right-hand point break that breaks directly off a stone jetty. The jetty was constructed to protect the entrance of the Mondego River, but it inadvertently created one of the most consistent waves in the country. The rocks block the localized north winds, ensuring that the lineup remains clean even when the rest of the coast is blown out. This geographical protection makes it a reliable destination during the winter months. Cabedelo requires a northwest swell to wrap around the jetty. The wave offers a structured drop that immediately transitions into a fast wall, suited for drawn-out power carves. Because the sandbars are constantly replenished by the river flow, the wave shape remains excellent across multiple tides. The local surf community is deeply rooted here, and the spot has a history of hosting European surf competitions. It is a democratic wave, offering playful sections on smaller days and sweeping walls when the Atlantic roars to life. Number 9. Praia do Amado, Algarve. The Algarve region in southern Portugal is famous for its towering cliffs and warmer water temperatures. Praia do Amado is a standout along this coastline. Tucked away in a protected national park, this beach break is a swell magnet, picking up deep water energy from both the north and the west. Because it spans a large bay, the beach offers a wide variety of peaks, spreading out the crowds and providing a rippable wave for all skill levels. The sandbars at Amado shift constantly, but they generally provide punchy A-frame peaks that break over a hard-packed sand bottom. The natural beauty of the area is striking, with rust-colored cliffs dropping vertically into the dark blue Atlantic. While it is popular with surf schools during the summer, the winter months bring swells that transform the bay into a challenging arena. The strict environmental protections mean there are no hotels or concrete developments directly on the beach, preserving a raw atmosphere that feels completely removed from civilization. Number 8. Buarcos, Figueira da Foz. Just up the road from Cabedelo sits Buarcos, considered to be one of the longest right-hand point breaks in Europe. The wave breaks over a shallow limestone reef that runs parallel to the coastal road for over a mile. Buarcos is not a single wave, but rather a series of distinct reef sections that, on a winter swell, can link together to provide rides lasting well over a minute. The spot requires a northwest ground swell to fully activate the outer sections. The takeoff zone at the top of the point is technical, often requiring a rapid drop to avoid the shallow rocks. Once on the open face, surfers must generate speed to connect through the slower sections, constantly racing down the line. Because the wave is located directly in front of the town, spectators can watch the action from the seawall, creating a stadium-like atmosphere during swells. The sheer length of the wave and the technical demands of the shallow reef make Buarcos a highly respected Portuguese wave. Number 7. Arifana, Algarve. Arifana is a crescent-shaped bay located on the western coast of the Algarve. The beach is protected by vertical black cliffs that tower hundreds of feet above the sand, sheltering the lineup from the north winds that dominate the region. This natural wind protection makes Arifana one of the most reliable spots in the area. At the southern end of the beach sits a prominent rocky spire known as Pedra da Agulha, which stands like a sentinel in the ocean. On smaller days, Arifana is a playful beach break. However, during a winter swell, a right-hander begins to break off the northern point, known locally as kangaroos. This outer reef section provides a steep drop and a hollow wall that requires a specialized step-up board to navigate safely. The paddle out to the point is exhausting, requiring surfers to navigate lateral currents. The juxtaposition of a gentle beach break on the inside and a terrifying reef break on the outside makes Arifana a dynamic surf destination. Number 6. Carcavelos, Lisbon. Carcavelos is the undisputed birthplace of modern Portuguese surfing, located just a short train ride from the center of Lisbon. This stretch of sand sits right at the mouth of the Tagus River, creating a coastal environment where river currents heavily influence the sandbars. It is one of the most consistent beach breaks in the country, famous for producing cavernous A-frame barrels during the cold winter months. The wave peaks up aggressively and throws a heavy lip, requiring a committed takeoff. Because of its direct proximity to the capital city, Carcavelos is the most crowded wave in Portugal. The lineup is competitive, packed with a mix of local professionals and visiting tourists. During a west swell, the waves can easily hold sizes up to 10 feet, snapping surfboards and trapping surfers underwater. The beach features a historic coastal fort on the eastern end, adding an architectural element to the action. Despite the intense crowds, the quality of the barrels keeps Carcavelos firmly on the surfing map. Number 5. Ribeira delas Ericeira. Ericeira is Europe's first dedicated world surfing reserve, a coastal stretch packed with high-quality reef breaks. Ribeira delas is the centerpiece of this reserve, a classic right-hand point break that breaks over a flat rock shelf. The wave is receptive to almost any swell direction, making it extremely consistent year-round. It offers an open face that allows surfers to link together multiple power carves, earning it a permanent spot on the regional professional qualifying tour. The lineup here is highly organized, with a clear takeoff zone at the top of the point. The wave requires excellent rail-to-rail technique, as it can occasionally slow down through the middle section before speeding up on the inside reef. The surrounding cliffs form a natural amphitheater, and the local municipality has invested in surf infrastructure, providing viewing platforms and hot showers. It is a user-friendly reef break that handles large swells with ease, acting as the ultimate training ground for the country's best competitive surfers. Number 4. Praia Grande, Sintra. Located just north of the cliffs of Cabo de Roca, Praia Grande is a relentless beach break highly exposed to raw Atlantic energy. The beach is flanked by limestone cliffs, famously home to fossilized dinosaur footprints. Praia Grande catches significantly more swell than the spots located further south, meaning it is often firing when the rest of the coast is completely flat. However, this exposure also means the waves here are typically very heavy, breaking with power onto shallow sandbars. The waves at Praia Grande create steep drops that transition into heavy barrels. The rip currents here are strong, constantly sweeping surfers down the beach and requiring relentless paddling just to hold position. The water is freezing year-round, requiring thick rubber even in the summer months. It is a physically demanding wave that hosts several major bodyboarding and surfing competitions, deeply respected for its raw power and high-stakes wave conditions. Number 3. Coxos, Ericeira. While Ribeira delas is the competitive hub of Ericeira, Coxos is its most respected heavy-water jewel. Coxos is a fast right-hand reef break that breaks over a shallow, urchin-covered rock shelf. The wave requires a solid west or northwest swell to activate, and when it does, it produces some of the fastest barrels in Europe. The takeoff is a sheer vertical freefall that immediately throws into a spitting tube. Surfing Coxos requires elite ocean knowledge and total commitment. If you make a mistake on the takeoff or fall inside the barrel, the wave will drag you across the jagged rocks, resulting in lacerations and broken boards. The entrance and exit to the water are treacherous, requiring surfers to time their jumps precisely between crashing sets. The local crew at Coxos is highly skilled and localized, meaning visiting surfers must wait patiently on the shoulder. It is a wave of absolute consequence, designed strictly for advanced barrel riders. Number 2. Supertubos, Peniche. Located in the fishing town of Peniche, Supertubos is considered the best beach break in Europe, frequently compared to the Banzai Pipeline in Hawaii. The beach is a unique geographical anomaly, a sandbank connecting a rocky peninsula to the mainland. This specific orientation allows Supertubos to catch open ocean swells while remaining protected from the dreaded north winds. The ocean floor drops off steeply just yards from the shore, forcing the swells to jack up and break heavily on the shallow sand. Supertubos produces thick, A-frame barrels that spit heavily in both directions. The wave is highly technical, requiring surfers to backdoor the peak and pump furiously to escape the crushing lip. It is the permanent home of the WSL Championship Tour in Portugal, drawing the world's best surfers every October. The crowd on the beach is legendary, packing the sand dunes by the tens of thousands to watch heavy water wipeouts and technical tube rides. For sheer barrel quality and raw power, Supertubos is a masterpiece of nature. Number 1. Praia do Norte, Nazaré. Taking the top spot is a wave that completely changed the history of global surfing, Praia do Norte in Nazaré. This spot is home to the largest waves ever ridden by humans, regularly producing faces exceeding 80 feet in height during the winter months. The wave is generated by a deep-water underwater canyon that funnels raw ocean energy directly toward the shoreline. When this energy hits the shallow coastal shelf, it collides with the incoming coastal currents, creating a pitching mountain of water. Nazaré is a chaotic arena. Unlike structured reef breaks, the wave peaks randomly up and down the beach, requiring jet ski tow-in teams to safely place surfers on the waves and rapidly extract them before the next set arrives. A wipeout here subjects the surfer to immense water pressure and freezing temperatures. The iconic red lighthouse sits perched on a cliff directly in front of the break, providing a surreal vantage point for the crowds that gather to watch the world's elite big wave surfers risk their lives. Nazaré is the apex of ocean power, a wave that defies logic and commands total global respect. Portugal combines Atlantic power with a deep, rich cultural history, making it one of the most compelling surf destinations on Earth. From the heights of Nazaré to the points of Ericeira, the Portuguese coast demands extreme physical endurance and total commitment. pack your winter wetsuits and prepare for cold water. Which of these legendary spots is on your bucket list? Sound off in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button to follow Surf Hunter to the edge of the Atlantic and beyond. See you in the water.